Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Reacts, and we're once again joined by the boy.
I'm
The
dead.
boy, the dead boy.
He brings more joys to the party. So, what have we brought this time?
I'm dead.
Dead
This,
boy detectives from Sandman.
Oh, if only.
If only.
I brought Follow Me by Uncle Kracker, as I call him. His actual name's Uncle Kracker, but
Well, if you know who his mates are, probably.
um,
With his good buddy Kid Rock. But so obviously this is very close to your kryptonite, Mr. Seven, of Kid Rock being very much Kid Rock adjacent. But
Mm-hmm.
also as a wrestling link because he did do the music for X Factor.
It's how I knew of his existence was that X Factor theme tune, and yeah, so we're big wrestling fans, so it got in there. So do you wanna surprise?
Go on.
I own this album that it's on.
I'm not surprised because this song was fucking massive.
Now, I'll be honest, it's been a long time. So I don't remember which one it is, but I might remember when it happens. But yes, I do own this album. So shall we get in, do the song,
Let's
see if a light bulb moment happens, and then afterwards we can kind of talk about it, eh?
let's get our double
I think they
wide
call it.
on.
I think they call it music reacting. I think. I haven't really got the hang of it yet, but yeah, let's do this.
You don't know how you met me, you don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye. All you know is when I'm with you, I make you free and swim through your veins like a fish in the sea. I'm singing, follow me, everything is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me. I'm not worried about the ring you wear, 'cause as long as no one knows, then nobody can care. You're feeling guilty, and I'm well aware, but you don't look ashamed, and baby, I'm not scared. I'm singing, follow me, everything is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me. Won't give you money, I can't give you the sky. You're better off if you don't ask why. I'm not the reason that you go astray, and we'll be alright if you don't ask me to stay. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me. Don't know how you met me, you don't know why you can't turn around and say goodbye. All you know is when I'm with you, I make you free and swim through your veins like a fish in the sea. I'm singing, follow me, everything is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me. I'm singing, follow me, is alright. I'll be the one to tuck you in at night. And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me.
Something which was really weird was I don't know why it came up with Ed Sheeran.
It's record label.
Um,
So
Because he's Ed Sheeran's mate. I don't know. He might be best buds with Ed Sheeran. Never know, do you?
Kracker than Ed Sheeran. Kracker.
So, like, obviously we know Will likes it, and I know you said beforehand, Lace, but I presume you do like Uncle Kracker, yeah, like because of
Yes.
that kind of connectivity and stuff like that. And I think you said it, but I just couldn't remember. So I said I own the album that this is from, and I can't remember what we were doing. We were doing a video, and probably up by now, but I can't remember which one it was. But recently we talked about the band Cast, didn't we?
yes.
And like interesting fact about this album is this album and All Changed by Cast constantly fight out for what is the worst album I've ever spent money on. And after I bought it, I'm not even sure why I bought it, but I bought it with some sort of hope. And this, I hate this album. I do, like, it actually makes me angry to think about the fact that at a certain point in my life I paid money for the Uncle Kracker album, and
Oh, it's
I,
great.
but I think it was very much based off of the X Factor theme tune and a love of wrestling and things like that.
Yeah.
But it was particularly songs like this that just drove my hatred for this album through the roof. So yeah, but I've kept them. I've kept both the Cast album and this album as constant reminders of you can make mistakes in life. You can come back from them though. Like I didn't. Nothing bad happened to me. I moved on with my life, but also it taught me to think about albums before you buy them. Don't just hand money over because sometimes you buy this tosh.
So I have all 4 of the albums, because of course I do. This is one of those songs of at the time I really loved this, but it has it got to the point where it was overplayed so much because it got massive. It was like
I
on
can
the
kind of see
radio.
why it got massive though at the time.
Yeah.
I can see it, like why that was getting a lot of radio play.
And me being, because this is what 2001, 2002 time,
Yeah,
and me being, these are my toys, and no, don't want them to be big. They're my, they're for me.
they'll never
It
do another
sounds-
X Pac theme tune if they get too big, and history
Yeah.
taught us. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was that thing of like, just randos sort of turning up and like, oh, I know Uncle Kracker. I was like, do you? Really? I
Well,
was there when he was Kid Rock's DJ.
I can give you a treat, mate. If I'd have known you back then, I wouldn't have been saying that. I'd have been saying I bought this album by this dude called Uncle Kracker. It's absolute balls. Don't buy it.
But yeah, it's so. This is the first time I've heard this in a good 5 or 6 years. Because whenever I do listen to Kracker, I will skip "Follow Me"
Yeah,
because of that thing of it was so overplayed.
it's the anthem, effectively,
Yeah.
isn't it? Of him, like, yeah.
It still holds up as a song. It still got that pop saccharineness that you can see why it got as big as it did. I'm gonna probably not listen to it again anytime soon. When I'm listening to Double Wide, I will just skip it like I have been for the past few years.
Well, the thing is, there is something in that, isn't there? Like, whether it's a song you like or not, and obviously, as I say, it's not what I like, but you can get certain tracks on certain albums by certain bands. It's just played so much that I'm with you. You end up skipping that song because you just kind of go, no, I've heard it too many times at this point.
Yeah.
Nickelback, Rockstar, and How You Remember Me, or whatever it is.
How You Remind Me.
Yeah.
I guess those 2 would be, if you were really into Nickelback, that same thing where they were the ones that were just hammered to death.
I'd like to say right now, I think we should move on very quickly from using the term Nickelback on here, because don't let me go on my Nickelback rant about how they are everything. That they are kind of the antithesis of music, aren't they? They are absolute garbage. That they're the worst possible thing that has ever released a song ever.
No, that's Coldplay.
No, I don't. I would, and I'm not a big Coldplay fan, but I'd say Coldplay released one actually very good album, um, kind of very, very twee and weak after that, and a bit of a shame because I actually think they have talent. Whereas Nickelback, I like if you take a cookie cutter of an attempt to do a certain sort of music, and just absolute dross drives you into the ground, bland, boring, terrible. Nickelback suck.
Yes. But
They're not that bad.
Oh,
why did you
Coldplay's
bring it?
worse.
There's a
No
debate
way.
for the comments.
Yeah.
Coldplay v Nickelback. Old people say Nickelback's worse. New people will say Coldplay's worse because they've heard it way too many times.
That doesn't make it inherently bad though. If you've heard it a lot,
Yeah,
like
it's
it can
really
sour
good.
it, but it doesn't. But hearing it a lot doesn't necessarily make it bad. Like, but if you hear it for once and it's bad, isn't it?
Yeah. But anywho, why did you bring Kracker to the table?
You said lots of different genres, so I just thought of a random genre in it, and then somehow I went to pop, and then this popped into mind. Because the first thing was "Paint the Town Red" by Doja Cat, but I cannot stand that song.
I've never listened to any Doja Cat, and the only reason why I say that is my nieces were around last weekend, and one of them was quite big into Doja Cat, and I said at some point I'd pick. I think it's been a recent album, and I said I'd actually pick it up and have a listen at some point. But I'll try anything. Like, but I don't know if I like it or not. But I will certainly try it.
In your head for like the next month and a half.
Well, I really kind of rate my niece's music taste, and she. So yeah, I wanna try it, but yeah, I haven't Doja Catted yet. If that's a real term.
I thought it was an anime thing. I genuinely didn't realize it was a real thing. I thought it was just some weird anime character or something.
I think one of the things that I would give this song credit for is the line, "And if you want to leave, I can guarantee you won't find anyone else like me." And I felt a lot of solace in the fact that if I'm not around him, no one else is like him. So that I'd never have the risk of hearing a song like this again if I'm around any other human being. That was good. I like the fact that he put that front and center in his song. Look, I don't tend to kind of get into like the way people look and stuff like that. One of the things that really rubs me up the wrong way about him and this song particularly, he just seems so smarmy, doesn't he? And he's got a touch of the Sex Pest about him as well, hasn't he? The way that he looks, the way he's kind of sitting there, like nodding his head, weirdly holding something on the side for no apparent reason. But I think that's kind of that irrational dislike of everything that comes with it. And I think this video doesn't help it for me either, because I just think, oh, you seem like a prick as well. And you know, like it's really hard to he seems so unlikable. Big fan of the song though. No, I'm joking. I wasn't a big fan of the song.
Yeah, I don't think you've said literally anything positive.
This is the one positive is the fact that he says like if you don't deal with him, you'll never meet anyone else. That's as close as I can get to positive. This doesn't take as much as like it's one of the two worst albums I've ever bought. I haven't bought every album, and this is still ahead of some of the worst things we've done on this channel. There are for me that is there are at least three worst things that we've done on this channel.
What?
But for me, Methods of Mayhem. What was the song called, Chris? I've even tried to block out the song. The other Methods of Mayhem song that I was enforced to do, and the cover of Glory Hole. They're my three worst ones that we've done on the channel.
See,
you brought something that isn't the worst, so you've done well.
Yeah. Yep. Sitting at number 4 right now.
You're a triple failure.
No, only one of those.
Wait, what?
Only one of those was my pick. The other two were from the viewing public.
The
I'm
public.
guessing Methods of Mayhem were
No, one of the Methods of Mayhem was me.
Get Naked, I'm guessing.
Yes.
I'm still not quite forgiving your dad for that, Will. Still to this day, over a year later, I wake up in the middle of the night screaming in terror for the fact that he made me listen to that song.
That Tommy Lee exists.
I bet it isn't that bad. I'm gonna listen to it after.
You might like it. I mean, I just thought it sucked. And I would say, like, listen to it after. The video didn't help it either on that one, did it? Like, at least that was one of those ones where you just go, if you're not a fan of
After its
Tommy
time.
Lee, yeah, you'll be less of a fan of him after you watched him in that video.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, as I said, down there, Nickelback versus Coldplay. It's worse. Also, things about Kracker or other songs and
Crackhead.
other things that you want to suggest.
Worst albums you ever bought?
Yes.
Because it's quite an interesting thing. Like, let us know, like, the things that you ended up paying money for, but you like the least.
And remember, hit that like button. Dad, you do one, and then said and you do one. I know you hate doing them.
Subscribe.
What's the one we haven't done? I wasn't paying attention.
Bells.
Sorry. Oh, the bells, ring, ring the bells.
Yes.
Professional as always.
Thank
learning.
you. Thank you.
You're learning
So-
eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.